AI is in this weird state where like a lot of these like licenses, a lot of frankly, the existence of like copyright is kind
Yeah.
of being put into question. And it's not just something happening from this side. There is
Yeah.
lawsuits happening from the music industry, but at the same
Oh,
time they want to be using it. And there's lawsuits from from like authors unions, but then some of them want to be using it. It's like all these different sort of like this is something which I think is still going to
yeah.
be sort of discussed for the next like 10 or so years. This is not a problem that's going to be ironed out like
Yeah.
anytime soon.
It's basically do as I say, not what I do.
Yeah, I guess in some ways.
Yeah. Like, oh, I don't want you to do that to me. However, we're gonna do it to you.
Mhm.
So, good luck. Like, oh no, it's not good. So, like, yeah,
With that being said, there there are, there are some people that are so irrational they don't even know what reality is
oh my
anymore.
god.
Um,
Oh,
have you?
oh no.
This was on. So there was a collab between Fortnite and Kizuna Eye announced.
Oh my god.
And the
People
replies
were
to
up
it
in an
were
uproar.
hilarious because a lot of people
Yeah,
have no idea who Kizuna Eye is because they started watching VTubers like during COVID.
yeah.
They thought this was some like collaboration with an AI because they have no idea about their history.
So that's another thing that people kind of need to like understand. Like Neurosumma doesn't help this. Even though it's a great project, it doesn't help this at all.
Mhm,
There are people who actually think VTubers are AI. They think that I'm a machine. I'm a machine. Like I'm not a machine.
mhm,
I'm essentially a ventriloquist with the ability to use a model piloted detached from my hands
mhm,
into a virtual space to let people see it. That's basically what a VTuber is, a ventriloquist at that point, or a ventriloquist without actually having to learn how to use the skill. So, because we're all like piloting puppets at this point, like these are our representations. These are who we are. Um, a lot of people will think that, oh, this is AI. Like Kazuna AI is not an AI. That is an actress, a voice actress that also had multiple voice actresses that eventually had the original voice actress come back.
yeah, the whole big mess.
So like, yeah, it's just people just need like Quibblepop didn't help this. Like they actually used an AI,
Yeah, okay,
which wasn't great.
that was a
Uh,
mess.
yeah, another mess is where people started having trying to gatekeep VTubing. Like, yeah, I understand burnt peanuts probably not in everybody's recommendations, right?
Mhm, mhm.
You'll have people like get mad over, them winning the VTuber awards, even though they say they're not a VTuber. I mean, by definition, they are, but if they feel like they're not, and I guess it's okay to respect that.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Any way you look at it, though, it's a lose-lose situations. They were shitting on VTubers to begin with, so
Mhm,
I
mhm,
don't
mhm.
know.
Yeah. Um, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like not amazing situation to be in when it comes to that. But just like the Game Awards, the Streamer Awards, VTuber Awards, they're just like some VTuber Awards are actually like real and they mean things, but a lot of them just kind of just don't. It's kind of like just a hot dog measuring contest.
I remember back when Keys and I first started, there were people
Yeah,
because her shtick was she's AI. That was her like
yeah,
her law. There were people that legitimately did think even back then that, and this was at a point where for anyone who doesn't know, this is like what 8 years ago.
yeah.
Like we didn't have the AI that we had back then wasn't even remotely close to what was even a thing a few years later. And people
Oh,
even back then were like, "This is AI. How are you watching an
never.
AI
Oh
YouTuber?"
yeah. Like like honestly, I blame Cleverbot for being one of the first few things to exist on the internet. That's how the Chat GPT handles things, just like Cleverbot, except
Mhm.
worse.
Y-
Like,
y-
yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it's just Cleverbot's an old one for people if they don't
Mm-hmm.
know. It's basically people would have like relationships with this thing, and it would basically it's like not a detached process. It's actually learning from everybody that's typing at once.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be typing stuff and it would already know like certain things during that session, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
oh it's learning stuff, and in a way like Cleverbot was kind of like a way to I guess kind of like paved the way for certain things, but like I feel like it was also kind of like at fault for it. Like it's neat for what it was worth at the time because I used to use it like just talking with it. I was bored one day on a weekend, but
Mm-hmm.
um, it's at least at the very least it's the OG,
Mm-hmm.
so it's very limited. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is definitely one of the things you could blame for being the start of this AI stuff.
Well, with the AI stuff, it is a bubble, but I think
Yeah,
a lot of people misunderstand what like a bubble means. When the bubble pops, it's not like AI is not going away. It is here to stay permanently at this point.
yeah,
But what is going to happen, like what happened with the web, most of these like AI integration into every little thing. Like all of these random little AI companies, like Taco Bell AI drive-throughs, where like stuff like this where it just doesn't even make sense to be using the tech. It is just worse than like
yeah.
what already exists. Or I've seen something I saw recently and it was just so stupid. Um People were doing this. I don't remember if it was ChatGPT or some other custom model, some LLM based
Yeah.
model for playing chess. And like that's
Oh,
neat, but like we've had machine learning models for chess that outperform people since the 90s.
yeah.
We don't need it like we don't need to do LLMs for every single thing. That's already a solved problem.
Oh yeah, it definitely is already a solved problem, and people are always like trying to solve things that aren't broken
Mm-mm,
as well, which isn't like always great.
mm-mm.
Like when you're having like Ubuntu moving over to Rust, like I mean, it works fine on C sharp. I don't see what the problem is.
C
Like you
sharp?
just,
C, you
I
mean?
think C plus plus. I think.
Oh, they're moving like pseudo and a couple other things over, and like the
Yeah,
GUI
they're moving a
toolkit.
bunch of stuff over. Honestly, they shouldn't have pushed it to that other update. They should just made it a separate ISO in itself. That way, once it's done, and they can kind of like have an easier way to integrate moving over instead of
Mhm.
like trying to mishmash code together and make it work, and then it doesn't work.
Well,
People
that's
have
why they did it
issues.
on a point release rather than an LTS version, just so if they need to
Yeah.
like roll things back, then they can easily do so.